Hello dear viewer, Chris Hadfield fan, MurdockEx here, and today we need to talk about Puzzle Quest. This game is all over the place. I buy a lot of PlayStation 2 games, but I don't add them to my collection until I've played them. These play sessions tend to be anywhere from like 15 minutes to 2 hours, depending on, how much the game hooks me. Sometimes during one of these short play sessions, I don't like the game, but then someone will convince me to give the game another shot, and I come back and I end up enjoying it. Other times it's the opposite. I end up loving the game for the short time I play it, but then when I come back and play deeper in, it ends up being worse the further in you get. This game, on the other hand, this one keeps pushing me back and forth. I have a weird love-hate thing going on with this. It keeps bringing me back, and I don't like this game sometimes, but then other times I love it, and I don't know how I feel, and I'm making a video about it, and I'm going to explain it all to you. Intro music! Puzzle Quest was created by Australian game developer Infinite Interactive. This game is part of the Warlord series, which Infinite Interactive had been involved in before splitting off to make their own company that has gone on to produce a bunch of puzzle games, including Neopets Puzzle Adventure for the Wii, which, thanks to the research for this video, is now something that I know exists and must own. I can't tell if Infinite Interactive is still around. Their website is super broken, but the forum there looks like it still works. So Puzzle Quest was originally released on the Nintendo DS and the Sony PSP, but it got ported to loads of other platforms over the next year, including this physical copy for the PS2 that I own. I had seen this game around and assumed it was some junky shovelware title like that Sudoku game, but was surprised at the depth of detail when I did give it a shot. At its core, Puzzle Quest is a match 3 in a row style of game like Bejeweled, but that's just the first layer. On top of that, you also have spells that vary depending on which class you picked and the choices you make throughout the game. In order to use your spells, you need to earn mana primarily by breaking blocks of the correct color. As far as the non-mana blocks on the field, you've got the purple blobs that earn your character experience, coins, skulls which are attack damage, glowing skulls which are more attack damage and also explode, gaining you the abilities of the blocks surrounding them, and finally the wild card blocks that, when matched with the mana blocks, add a multiplier to the amount earned. There are loads of spells in this game, and the basics are earned by leveling up your character. Spells tend to fall into one of two categories: hit point manipulation or board manipulation. There are loads of attack spells and some healing spells as well. Heck, some do both, such as Vampirism, which does 5 points of base damage plus 1 for every 10 red mana the controller has stored up. For every point of damage this spell does, it heals the user that same amount. So now we've got a match 3 game with spells to make things more interesting, and this should be enough, but there's so much more. There's also the leveling system. Through quests, completing matches, bonuses, breaking purple blobs, and more, you earn experience. When you level up, you gain a new spell and earn points to adjust your stats. These stat boosts can make earning mana more effective, or they can be used to increase your attack power, hit points, or plenty of other things really. Oh, but wait, there's more. On top of all of this, there are also items like weapons that can be purchased and equipped that will affect the game flow. You also have a castle you can upgrade so that you can capture mounts or build your own equipment. Customizable gear for your equipment to wear into battle. If you don't like the spells you're getting when you level up, you can switch to one of the other 4 classes available in this game. I suggest the Druid or the Knight. Getting sick of the single player mode? Plug in a second controller and have fun with a friend. Heck, there are even companions that can be recruited to affect gameplay. Well, except on the PSP version. That part's broken. I also mentioned the multiplayer earlier. That's also kind of broken. I've had 4 characters wiped that bug and it's a nasty one. You can't even recreate the lost character because the game thinks they still exist. And that's the big problem that brings this game down a peg. Every version is riddled with bugs, though it sounds like the PSP version got it the worst. Since I do play the PlayStation 2 version, I need to tell you that you should not play multiplayer and single player with the same memory card. The multiplayer is a great feature, but it will wipe your characters. I would hate to see a character that you've played for hours on single player get erased after a short 15-minute battle with a friend. Now, since we're talking about the bad parts of this game, besides the unforgivable bugs, there's also the AI that cheats. I've seen people online saying that the game developers claim that the AI can't see tiles above the playing field, but this is simply not true. Maybe there's some semantic argument to be made here, but when you play against the AI, they'll end up with way more crazy combos than you. Well, unless you take advantage of one of the bugs and start memorizing stages. I can't confirm this bug myself, but I guess in some versions of the game, stages repeat, which means you can memorize the best moves to an extent. So that's a lot to digest, and this game has been playing with my emotions for a while now. I thought it was some throwaway shovelware title, but it turned out to be interesting. I spent time with this game just to discover how buggy and unfair it is. I kept on going back to it, figuring I could work around the bugs because it is a fun game. At the end of the day though, it's still Bejeweled, which can only hold my attention for so long. I think if I were to keep playing, I'd sway back to the positive side, as there are loads of things I still haven't unlocked in single player mode, but I just can't get over how broken this game is. This is a love title and I 100% recommend it, but I can't keep playing it. This is on you now. Give it a shot. Does it deserve the 82 score it has on Metacritic, or do you think it's closer to the score of 40 that Nintendo Power gave it? As far as my opinion, I don't know how to rate this game. I suppose if it weren't for the bugs and the bad AI, I'd give it an 8 out of 10, but it messes with your game save. That's not cool and I won't look past it. I suppose it's still a 7 out of 10 though. It is good. It's deep. It currently sells for around $5. The upgrades are amazing and you should give it a shot. And there you have it, Puzzle Quest, the game that I have a love-hate relationship with. If there's a game that you have a love-hate relationship with, you should let me know down in the comment section because I need more instability in my life. What was that? I'm also hoping to talk you into subscribing to my channel. I still need to get to 1,000 subscribers before I can unlock all of the features that YouTube has to offer. Thank you for watching, but don't get all mushy on me. I'm being nice to your face right now, but I still think you're a jerk. I guess that I'm a jerk too, though. Maybe that's why we have this nice rapport between us, you and I. But really, subscribe, ya Goomba.